Today we're going to return to our work with text features, and we're going to finish our passage about the Titanic. Our objective at the bottom states, I can use text features in multiple sources to gain meaning and solve problems. So in other words, I can use text features to help me better understand what I am reading about. Let's review some of the text features that we've talked about the past couple of days. We've talked about text features that are used to bring attention to important details, such as using bold print or colored text to bring our attention to those words, or the use of headings to let us know what we're going to read about in that section. Some text features are used to give us more information, such as looking at a map or looking at a diagram with labels. Today in your work, you're going to be looking at charts and timelines. This here is a chart that tells us about the damage that was caused at Pearl Harbor. On the left side, I see different categories, U.S. ships sunk or damaged. And on the right side, it tells me how many were sunk or damaged. So I see that 19 U.S. ships were sunk or damaged at Pearl Harbor. I see that there were 188 U.S. aircraft destroyed. I can also see how many Americans were killed or injured from that attack at Pearl Harbor. So today you're going to see a chart that's going to give you some information from the Titanic. Today you're also going to be working with a timeline. This timeline here is an overview of World War II. If I start here at the bottom in 1939, I see that this is when World War II began after Germany invaded Poland. In 1941, it's the event that comes next. I see that's when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor and the United States entered World War II. As I continue across the timeline, I see in 1945 a couple things happened. This detail comes first. In 1945, Germany surrendered. After Germany surrendered, the United States went and dropped the atomic bomb in Japan, and that was when Japan surrendered in World War II. So again, today you're going to have a chart and a timeline that you're going to be working with for the Titanic. The chart you're going to be working with is going to be telling you about what happened to the Titanic passengers. So you're going to see the first class passengers, how many were on board, and how many of those people, percentage-wise, were saved. So of the 325 first class passengers, only 62% of them were saved. So it's a little bit more than half of those people. There were 285 second class passengers, and only 41% of them were saved. So that's less than half. And then the worst of all, there were 706 third class passengers, and only 25%, or 1/4 of them, were saved. You're going to be using this information here from your text and your chart to help you answer some of the questions. You're then going to come across a timeline that gives you an overview of the Titanic. As you go through these different dates, you're going to come across some events that have the same date. And so you're going to look at the time showing you when specifically that day those events happened. You're going to use that timeline to help you answer the questions about the timeline and to answer your written response. Remember, if it asks you for 2 details or 3 complete sentences, you are expected to meet that requirement. We hope you all have a great day and that you enjoy your time over the weekend. Let us know if you have any questions.